I tell you, it is what it is tonight. It's all about Manchester United. I'm telling you, it is what it is. Let's go down. Come on, people, smash the like on the video. I'm telling you, it is what it is. Jokes apart. That's the mood tonight. That's the clock focus tonight. I'm telling you, the game week preview. It's Friday. Game week 11. All right. It is what it is. All right. Bring it down. First of all, I want to welcome everybody onto this show tonight. All right, I tell you, it is what it is. Let me welcome this great gentleman. That's how we do it on this station. It's this channel, ISTV. That is Intercontinental Sport TV tonight. Let's go straight into it. It's all about sport tonight. I'm welcoming Bishop all the way from Canada joining us tonight on this one. Let me tell you something, Bishop is a Manchester United fan. He's fuming. But tonight we're going to dissect. Let me welcome him straight up. How you doing, Bishop?
Hey, bright brother. How you doing?
Live and direct. Yeah, welcome to the show. I'm all right.
Yeah, we thank God for life. Thank God for the weekend coming. Thank God for a lot of football, a lot of
I can see you at Old Trafford right now.
Yes. We are rebuilding. All
right. Yes. Let me welcome this great man. I'm telling you, I know where Kunle is. Kunle's in Oshodi. You're welcome to the show. Kunle, how's Oshodi doing? Talk to me, Sheyi. Kunle, are you there?
Yeah, good evening, The Dawn. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, Bishop. I'm loving your background. I like that background. That background makes sense. Okay. Honestly, whether Man United is anyhow, see, Man United is still Man United. Man United still pass all of them. Yeah. So let them continue to make noise. And honestly, I believe things will turn out better.
All
nice
right.
to be on the show.
All right, you're welcome to the show, Kunle, right there. Let me welcome this man. This guy is coming for us tonight. Let me tell you, the guy, we are arch rivals. I don't like his club, but tonight he's coming. He told me it's coming. He's going to press our neck. I'm telling you. Let me welcome Erik quickly. Erik, are you there? You are live. Take it easy.
Hey, The Dawn. Good evening.
Yes.
Everyone, our viewers, so Kunle and Bishop. I'm talking of Bishop's background. I love it. It's absolutely nice.
Yeah.
The pains that have been coming out of that ground recently have given me so much joy. And I'm looking forward to hear more groans from Old Trafford.
By
the way, they should repair that leaking roof. It's been leaking for a long time.
What's your concern, Iris?
Thank you.
Always advocate. I trust him.
No, look at the first thing Iris said. Iris said he admires. No, there is no how.
Yes,
that background will enter your eyes because it's
that's normal. When
looking.
You go to the ground and you figure out the roof is leaking and rain is pouring on there, that's when you know that more than the background to it. So
let them talk.
That one is not.
Either way, I'm here to press your neck today. Press your neck.
All right, let me welcome this great gentleman. Nubia Praise is live. Lobby, you are live. What's going on, people? At once, I'm
good evening.
Nubia Praise coming. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm very well. Good evening.
All right, you're welcome to the show. Tonight, you can see what I'm saying tonight. This night, it is what it is. Jokes apart, it is what it is. This is the time.
Good evening. Good evening, right. Licking Roof FC.
Yeah, thank you. Kule Japada.
Kule no get mouth now.
I know. Why should I? I can't talk. I can't talk to anything. I can't talk to anything.
Na 3-0 na the top up and down now logo be that 3-0 FC.
Find your level.
I there for now. I there for that this weekend.
All right, let's get straight into the business. Right there, please, people. Anywhere you're watching from, smash the like on the video. The crew is set. I am in the studio. Nubian Prince is here. Robbie is here. Irate is here. Only is also here. Bishop is full ground. Brekete is ready to go. Now let's get straight to this. Every Friday we always come up with quick debates. Let's check what we have tonight. I'm telling you, this is the quick debate. Go or stay? Yes or no? Manchester United players. Is it the players or the owners or the board? Let's talk. I'm going to start off with you, Nubian Prince. Should we sack this man? People are saying it's all over social media. I'm going to start off with you, Nubian Prince. What's your position on this? Can Ten Hag stay?
Yeah.
Or he has to go? Yes or no? Talk to me, Nubian Prince. You're alive.
For me, if Manchester United actually want to make progress, they should think of firing. The fear of who is going to replace Ten Hag, I don't think that should be the concern at the moment. Because for me, Ten Hag has really messed up. That's the honest truth. Manchester United have manager problem, they have player problem. And it's not as if he came in the summer, I would have excused him and said, okay, he needs time to build it. But this guy has spent money. This guy cumulatively, I think he has signed at least 8 players. So for me, that is enough to actually build your identity. And if Manchester United are not making progress, they are not going forward, then I don't know. This was the same guy that brought in Johnny Evans in the summer. I asked myself, what was he thinking? You said the guy was not good enough. You really instigated the idea of them, withdrawing the contract. You brought in Onana, and the guy has been leaking goals. The guy don't create an image, right? I mean, so you start asking yourself that, well, what's actually the point? So for me, I think he has gotten to that, ceiling. I don't think he can break the roof, really. I don't think he can take Man U to the next level, because he has started talking about I cannot play the higher style because I don't have the kind of players. For me, those are flimsy excuses. You were the one that brought in Anthony. You were the one that brought in Casemiro. You were the one that brought in Højlund. I mean, so he does not really have any excuse. If he cannot deliver, I think Man U needs to look beyond him for redemption.
All right, thank you so much. That's Nubian Prince for you. I'm going to switch over to this man. Robbie, you are going to talk to me. Go or stay for this great man, Erik Ten Hag, the Manchester United scandal.
I think he should go. I think he should go. Because what was the reason why United wanted a manager? They wanted a manager with a different perspective to playing football. And I can say that since the Alex Ferguson project, as it is, which saw him stay in the club for over 30 years, failed with David Moyes, the club has been struggling. United are not your typical club that signs managers or change managers like Chelsea. Chelsea are more or less a club that changes managers almost every season or almost every 2 seasons or 3 seasons. United are not that kind of club. United is the kind of club that is loyal to one manager. But since David Moyes failed that test, and of course, the result went abysmally wrong under his charge, United have been having issues in terms of managers that come into the club. And if you look down the line, you have about 5 managers that passed through United in the past 10 years, which is on Manchester United like. For Erik Ten Hag, this is one man that has fall flattered to deceive since the beginning of the season. And I said it on our past episodes after that match against Wolverhampton Wanderers. I said that United would struggle, because United won that match on the stroke of luck. United did not play one thing positive to have warranted all 3 points in that game. Wolverhampton Wanderers should have gotten a penalty, but unfortunately, VAR went to sleep that night. So I think for Erik Ten Hag, this is a manager that his man-to-man management is a suspect. Secondly, he cannot transmit his ideas to the player. There is no energy flowing from the side of the pitch whenever the team is playing that transmits to the team. There is no such telepathy. So there is also a problem. The kind of players he has signed has also been an issue. And I said it as well, that for a manager who has been so loyal to the players who played for him when he was at Ajax, it tells you that there is a problem as well. Why would I sign an Andre Onana? Why would I sign an Andre Onana when I have Livakovic, the goalkeeper for Croatia, wasting away in the Serie A? When I have other players who I can put my hands on. There's an Ole Watkins at Aston Villa. This is somebody who knows the Premier League in and out. Why will I sign Rasmus Højlund? Why will I not go for Ward Prowse? This is somebody who knows the Premier League in and out as a midfielder and as a dead ball specialist. United don't have this kind of players. And these are the kind of things you look out for as a manager. What player, one-on-one, on a bad day when the team is not playing well, can bring a rabbit out of the hat and win me vital points? United don't have such players. And unfortunately, in the way things are going for the club, where you have a Marcus Rashford who has failed to fire at a gas, talk less of the cylinder itself, then there's a problem. Because you need a team where everybody can contribute. Look at Real Madrid, for instance. Look at how many vital goals that Jude Bellingham has scored for them. The El Clasico won by Real Madrid was courtesy of that young man. He is not a striker. He is a midfielder. But he has been able to contribute his own quota of the goals for the team. Hence where they are right now. For United, aside for Marcus Rashford, who else can come up on a good day and deliver the goods for United? Nobody. So hence why, for me, this manager is a suspect. He has to go. And of course, United better look very well before they leave. Because if they go and get another manager again, well, I guess the misery will be 10 times 10 of what they're having right now.
Yay! This guy, the vex. I'm telling you. This guy said Erik ten Hag. Robbie saying Erik ten Hag. For Nagbe, out. He has to go. He has to go. Now let me call on let me call on Irate. Irate is a Liverpool fan. Let's hear him. What's he going to say? I'm telling you, I know what he's going to say. He has to stay. He has to stay. Talk to me, Irate.
Oh my God. I mean, you can make a case for Ten Hag and a case for the owners and a case for the players as well. But I'd rather make a case against the players because we keep saying Ten Hag this, Ten Hag that. These players are professionals. They all signed professional contracts and they have played under several managers. Now, they talked about Anthony Martial yesterday in a program I was watching. He's been there for 9 years. What is he doing at Man United for 9 years? He has played under several managers and is still a 28-year-old promising player. As 28 going on 29. So, at some point, how long are we going to keep throwing the managers under the bus? What about the players? When would they start taking responsibility? Mason Mount was anonymous. Absolutely anonymous. Casemiro went on vacation and came back bloated. And since then, he's yet to even be able to cover any kind of distance in midfield. Amrabat has not been up to scratch. So, at some point, you need to ask the question, what is going on with these players? And like I said, many of these same guys have been under several managers, from Van Gaal to Mourinho to Solskjaer to Rangnick, under several managers. So how long are we going to keep saying it is the managers? When will we start focusing on the players? For Mr. Ten Hag himself, I have to say that he has brought in some of those players that we just mentioned, like Anthony and Onana and even Amrabat.
Martinez. Yeah.
Martinez. I mean, those, he has his first choice backline right now injured. So, you can give him a pass for that because if the likes of Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, and Shaw were around, they will definitely be starting. And I don't think results will be this bad. So right now, the team is lacking character, is lacking personality. I've said this several times. Bruno Fernandes is not fit to be a captain. On his day, he can be inspirational, score the odd goal. But on another day, he doesn't know how to pull the team in the right direction when they start to down tools. He is always complaining. He came on in the match in the Carling Cup game against Newcastle, and all he did was rant at the referee for whatever amount of minutes he was on the pitch for. He didn't do anything, absolutely nothing. Marcus Rashford last season, I remember saying this, and some Man U fans were saying, this, I'm just beefing this, that, this rivalry. Go and look at him over the seasons. This man has never been consistent. He delivers one season and the next season is anonymous. So, Erik ten Hag himself has to take responsibility for some of the players that he has brought in that has not performed. Then what is the plan? He's saying, he's throwing the players under the bus, saying that they cannot adapt to the style from Ajax. Well, you've been there for your second season now. We are yet to see that style. And if you say they cannot adapt, who is bringing in these players? You are responsible for some of these players. You brought in Anthony, like I said. You brought him into the club. You brought in Rasmus Højlund, who is yet to score a goal. So, who is making these decisions? And that takes us to the owners. There is no football director at Manchester United right now.
Yes,
who
sir.
is in charge of making this? Who is bringing in these players? Does Ten Hag have a say in bringing these players? And also, if you criticize the owners, let's remember that Ferguson, under the same owners, won 5 league titles and a Champions League under the same Glazers we are talking about. So you can make a case for everyone, but at the end of the day, it all boils down to if Ten Hag cannot get his team performing to the expected level for a team like Manchester United, then I think by sometime in December, if results don't improve, I think he might be shown the door. And people are already touting De Zerbi to take over from him. But whatever the case is, everyone has to take responsibility more. The owners, Ten Hag himself, and the players.
All right, that's that from Irate. I'm switching over to Bishop. Talk to me. Can we have something from you about Manchester United? Is this going to stay or it should go? From your own point of view, talk to me, bro.
Okay, so everybody have said you should go, but there's the bitter truth. There is, even if Ten Hag goes, this trouble will not go away. There's a problem with Man U, and he's more than the coach. Yes, he has his own. He has like 50% of the blame. His man management is bad. His signings are bad. And the only reason why I'm supporting him to go is because he has lost the dressing room. The last time I was on the show, they played Brentford and they started scoring from 93rd minute. And I said in that match that was the match that saved him. They should have lost that match and they would have packed his load. But people said, no, even as a fan, you should always want your team to win. The problem is that they are struggling to win some matches, which is still giving people hope. There's no hope in this manager. Not that he's a bad manager. In fact, I believe he's better than Arteta, which I asked.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
wow.
He's better. But when you are in this condition, even if Arteta comes down, if Guardiola comes down, he cannot just wave the magic wand and everything works. There are still some fundamental problem with Man U. So, because he has lost the dressing room, that's the reason. And because his poor management and his poor purchase of player, those 3 things are unforgivable. So he has to go. He has to go. For the players, the same Rashford everybody is complaining about. The last match that England played, go and watch Rashford. Is it not that same Rashford that played that match? Was it not that same Rashford that was almost nominated as man of the match? Was it not him passing the ball, scoring the goal, assisting players? Is it not that same Rashford in Man U? So it becomes like he has lost the dressing room. They are not playing for him again. He can go, fine. I'm not against it that he should go. But he's a good manager. I'm not saying you should go because he's a bad manager. No, he's a very good manager. But right now, is the wrong time for him to be the manager of the club. His treatment to other players like Ronaldo, Sancho, I think those players, the other players didn't take it to likely with him. If he goes, you start seeing many secrets comes up. You start seeing many things coming up from other people. So it's just, no matter who they bring in, the person cannot do magic for now. They will have to still do the foundation, the fundamental things. So I'm sorry, Ten Hag, you have to go.
Oh my goodness, that's Bishop. He said he has to go. Kole, I'm turning over to you right now. Maybe you have a different mentality to this, maybe different opinion to this. Talk to me, Kole.
Yeah, I do, and I am going to say that Ten Hag should stay 100%. I mean, I have not seen any reason why this man should go, and the reason why I've said he should not go, I think Bishop has clearly mentioned all those things. You see, United have a foundational problem. You see, it's not just about the players. The mentality in the club is not right. See, even those who are in administration, who are in, let me say, those who hold off-field positions, let's say even people who are in the marketing department, who are probably, all those maybe, non-playing staff, I can bet with you that these guys, even the mentality these people have, they probably not have the, they don't have the mentality of a winner, of a champion. So I guess even backstage, things will just be happening anything at Old Trafford. Compare that to a place like Real Madrid. Look at Real Madrid. Can you tell me that Real Madrid have great players? Look at how Dani Carvajal is playing. Look at Nacho. Nacho is a fringe player, but when that guy comes on, they give him the armband. And you see how he plays because he has been there for long. He understands how it is to win. Jude Bellingham came from Borussia Dortmund, where look at how they lost the title. You can't say Borussia. For me, Borussia Dortmund is not a serious club. But look at how he has entered into Real Madrid, and he see the monster mentality he's putting on. So the thing is this: Ten Hag. I think Ten Hag is trying. He is trying to. He has been trying to want to put that mentality into those players. But the problem is, when there is a lot of rot, when there's you understand.
What about power play? Power.
Those are the kind of things. Those are the kind of things he was trying to play. Because don't forget that player power was what led to the dismissal of people like Mourinho, simply because he benched Paul Pogba. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo. Because you brought him on in the 88th minute, he's throwing tantrums. So it doesn't matter. Look at Jurgen Klopp. You see sometimes when Jurgen Klopp Salah might show his displeasure and all, but it ends there. And you don't see Salah now trying to, maybe want to have a problem with Klopp and all those things. Even when there was an issue between Mane and Salah, you saw how Klopp attacked it. You don't see even Man City. You see, as good as Haaland is, you see sometimes when Pep is shouting at Haaland and all. Is Haaland now going to come out and say he's going? These are the kind of things Ten Hag is going to do, and it is going to take extremely extra effort because you don't understand. This is a club that is very rotten, as in rotten to the core. That's why I said even non-playing staff, I am very sure they have very terrible attitude. It is probably not just the players. That thing is even down to administrative positions. So it's going to take a lot. So I feel Ten Hag is taking a lot of sacrifice because do you know what it means to come from a very organized setting like Ajax? Ajax is one of the most organized teams in Europe, and that is why they have had success over the years. That is why they still have a name till today. Is it not the same Ten Hag now that left, that look at the club, how they are in shambles and all, and some people that left? So Ten Hag is a good person and he means well, but the problem is player power. You see the case with Sancho and all. You saw what happened with Ronaldo and all of that.
Kule, wait. If you are citing player power, are there not better players, bigger players in other clubs who are behaving and respecting themselves? Look at Jude Bellingham now. He came all the way from. Wait for me. Let me make you understand something. Because you make it look like as if the coach is held at gunpoint. And when they come out in public, everybody just tend to play nice with him. This is a coach that has not been able to put his foot on the ground. And look at the way he has been. Look at the relationship between himself and players. Have there not been issues in Liverpool between Sane and so on and so forth? How did those managers manage those situations? That is what we are talking about. Erling Haaland and the culture in those places was not toxic. So when there is an issue, it is very easy. Didn't you hear what I said, Robbie? I said Man United's problem is even off the pitch, even the culture within, let me say, that was what I said, like administrative staff and all the non-playing staff is also going to be rotten. So everywhere in Manchester, you don't understand it. That is what. So you don't understand. Ten Hag is like a good person who is trying to change all the bad by himself, and it's coming back to bite him. It's a very, very difficult thing. I don't understand why people are not trying to see this thing, because you all forget that when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was there, what was the one thing Solskjaer was blamed? They said Solskjaer's man management was kind of good. But what was the crux of it? They said he gave them too much leeway. That was why they were doing anyhow. And at a point, that was why he couldn't have control. Why wouldn't a manager have a control of the dressing room? That is what Ten Hag is saying. Somebody is not doing well in training. Somebody stays up late to play video games, and you are saying he should handle it with kid gloves. Can they do that in Liverpool or Manchester City? Bros, please, I will ask you one question, Kenny. Sorry, I'm cutting you short. I will ask you one question. As a manager of a player like Anthony, what will you tell him? This is one player that has not done anything significant since he came to that club.
Anthony. Now,
yes, if you are his manager, what will you tell him in the build-up to a match if you are his manager?
Now, Anthony. Yeah. In the case of Anthony, the way I would view Anthony is that, look, Anthony is a player who is still very raw. Because let's not forget, it's not like Anthony is very old. He's just, I think, 21 or 22. This is a guy who he has lived in Brazil all his life. In Europe, he has not spent I don't think he has spent up to 3 years combined in Europe. So I see more of, say, let's say, environment thing and all and stuff like that. Because don't forget, look at it. He did well in Ajax, but he's coming into an environment where there is a lot of pressure and all of that. So
is England not Europe? Why you stop twisting and shifting this goalpost? Is England and Holland, are they still not in the same Europe? Is England in Africa?
All right.
I am not shifting.
Let's move on, guys. Because of our time, we're still coming back to this issue. Everybody has said it all, but I'm pretty sure all our viewers, anywhere you're watching from, if you have any comment, please drop. Do you think Erik Ten Hag should stay or it should go? That's the quick debate. You can drop your comment, and also being a part of this, it will be a fantastic one. All right, let's move on to the game of the weekend. That's the fixtures, and we are talking about the game week 11. So tomorrow, Manchester United is going to start with that match, flying all the way to Fulham, and also Brentford will be welcoming West Ham. That's tomorrow as well. Burnley. We also welcome Crystal Palace, while Brighton will fly down to Everton, Goodison Park, and Bournemouth as well will be flying to Etihad Stadium, Man City, to go and chop Kane. And I'm telling you, Wolves also will be traveling all the way to Sheffield United. And the big game of the weekend for me is going to be Newcastle versus Arsenal. Arsenal lost over. They lost to, I think it's West Ham, to 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. So we think maybe they will come up with the magic this time around at Newcastle. Moving on Sunday, Nottingham Forest will be welcoming Aston Villa, while Luton will be welcoming that Liverpool other side there, that club like that. And Erik is here with us to share what's their plan for this Luton, and also going to tell us David, is it Luis? The father was kidnapped. Am I right, Erik?
Yes, Luis Diaz.
Yes. We're going to shed out more lights as the camp over there, And also on Monday, the big game as well too, Spurs versus Chelsea, where Poch will be going back to Spurs in this game. To be a fantastic on Monday. So let's dissect tomorrow's game. I'm going to call on Bishop. What's your expectation for this game, Fulham versus Manchester United?
Normally, they're going to come and struggle again. It's becoming very unfortunate to watch. They played Sheffield United. Did you watch Man U Sheffield United? Sheffield has the gut to attack. Like, I was like, do you know where Sheffield is? Like, no, I'm disrespecting Sheffield. They don't even have any cause to even enter your box team for the first 15-20 minutes. They scored before Man U. This is becoming very, very, very embarrassing. Clubs get confidence to even attack. That's even the first problem. They have the confidence to even come at you. Man United is not Arsenal. Man United is not Man City. The only person that can compete with us in this league is Liverpool. This is our standard. And the way we are falling is very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. Going to Fulham has one of the worst defense I've seen. With the only midfielder they have is Paulinho, and he's the guy that marks them. I know our midfield will collapse. I know the guy is going to run over our midfield, but having someone like Willian is not going to do anything in the match. I think I'll favor Man U to pick up points here. I give them all the 3 points. I think they're going to win this match.
So you think we're going to win this match?
Yes, they're going to win.
All right, Kunle. Players injury everywhere, Kunle. Do you think what's going to be your own selection for the team for Manchester United? Also, Fulham have not been playing so well.
Yes.
So do we have a chance? I think that our own away record and they are the same thing.
Well, I just want to quickly address something Bishop said, where he's trying to downplay Sheffield United. Well, I know Sheffield United are, yes, they are one of the weakest teams, but I will keep reminding people that Manchester City waited until the 89th minute before they scored against this same Sheffield United.
Oh, Gami, leave that narrative. How many did Arsenal beat them? How many did other teams beat them? Yes,
leave Tottenham Hotspur that are currently, is it 5 points or 2 points clear at the top of the table, needed until 98 or was it 101st minute before they got their winner against them. So I just want to point that out there, because when people keep making it like as if Sheffield United should have been a walk in the park just because Newcastle beat them 8-0, or so that means it should apply to Manchester United when they are struggling. Let's be realistic with ourselves. So that aside, Fulham are one of the struggling sides, yes. But I think this is where Man United, these are the kind of games where Man United can get those wins, right? They have one of the worst defense. So it is going this one. Once Man United start pressuring them, pressure after pressure, Fulham will choke and a goal will come. That was how United beat Burnley. That was how United beat Brentford. That was how United beat Nottingham Forest. You understand? They will, even Copenhagen, they will keep piling the pressure. So I think this is a game that they are going to get the 3 points. And the good part about it now is that many of the players who are injured, they are back. Wan-Bissaka played on Wednesday. Tyrell Malacia is back in training. We don't know if he will probably be on the bench. I think the only players who are on, and for me, those are still the most important players, Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez. I think those are the only two key players that are left. Kobe Mainu was also on the bench against Newcastle in midweek as well. So it's a positive. At least many of those injured players are getting back. So it's just Luke Shaw and Martinez now, and they are long term, unfortunately. So, but at least there are more options now for Ten Hag. So, he doesn't probably need to start, making all those tweaks in the defense. At least he has like a balance. So that's going to be a positive for him. So I think United are going to get this one. They'll get those 3 points, and at least it will help the confidence of those players going into a Champions League.
Hey, if we lose this game,
don't worry, no shaking. We have won. I said we are going to win it. We are going to win it. We are going to win it. This is the kind of game United will get those 3 points. So I think we'll get the 3 points.
All right, moving on to this game: Brentford, West Ham, and also Burnley versus Crystal Palace, Everton, Brighton. I'm going to hand this to Robbie. You have to capture these 3 fixtures for us. Brentford will be welcoming West Ham. You remember West Ham. All right, go ahead.
Okay, for West Ham Brentford, West Ham have been flying in the league. And of course, for those who don't understand how the dynamics of football have changed, West Ham is not the kind of team that should be sitting where they are right now. But they understand that times have changed and they are looking to evolve. Like some team that believe that, shifting the goalpost is the best thing that is going to happen to them. For West Ham, I'm actually going to favor them to beat Brentford, or in this case, they might get a draw. That is if Brentford actually brings their A game to the team. Brentford defeated Chelsea last weekend, and we saw how well they played against Chelsea. So it could go either ways, but I think I'll be leaning the way of West Ham, looking at the kind of quality that they have, and looking at how disciplined they are in defense and how very, very organized they are when they attack. And they have a lot of attacking options. There's a certain Mohamed Kudus. There is a Ward-Prowse. These are players that will hurt you if you actually give them a chance to show what they can do. For Burnley, Crystal Palace. Burnley have been disappointing. And I am so sorry for Company, because this is one man who came into the Premier League with a lot of promise. But it seems reality is showing him that this is not the kind of place you want to start fishing if you really don't have the right equipment. Talking about the kind of players, I'm talking about the kind of fixtures that they have been unfortunate to play. since they came back from the championship. So against Crystal Palace, this is one thing. On a good day, they will be fancying their chances over the fact that they have experience, they have the manpower, and of course, they should be able to bully their way to victory in this particular encounter. Everton-Brighton. I don't see any reason why Brighton should not pick all 3 points from this game. But we all know that sometimes Brighton can just be that team that they can get onto the field and they will be bereft of ideas. Everton, they got a good win during the week. During the weekday, which they defeated Burnley by 3-0. So they also will be looking to build on that confidence, looking at the fact that Brighton is one team that they are blowing out and cold at the moment. But at the end of the day, I think I will go the way of Brighton to get all 3 points of this game.
All right. Moving on to Man City versus Bournemouth. Kunle, do you think? Can we say 3 points for Man City in this game?
Oh, absolutely. This is a game. This is a game City should win comfortably. I believe it should be done in the first half. But I think, as we've seen with Man City, sometimes they kind of get into the second half before they get their goals and all. But the most important thing is they get their 3 points at the end of the day, even if they might not play to their usual rhythm and we might not see lots of goals and stuff, but they will get the 3 points at the end of the day. That's what is important. So whichever way the win comes, they will get it.
All right. So what about Sheffield United versus Wolves, Kunle? What about that game?
Sheffield United. Well, I think this game is going to be tough. Because number one, Sheffield United are at home again. Now, I would say Wolves are in better form because I think if we look at where Wolves are on the table, Wolves have 12 points. They are 12th. Sheffield United are last. So you would not naturally say that Wolves should, but Wolves sometimes you can't predict their form as well, especially when they are on the road. So maybe this could be that opportunity for Sheffield United, since they are at home, to if it means get a point. And I think, knowing the kind of resilience we've seen them show this season, they might want to give it a try. So for me, I would see the game ending in a draw.
Wow, in a draw. All right, moving on to Sunday before we come back to Newcastle and versus Arsenal. You're in the building. What's going on, bro? You're welcome to the show. Moving on to Sunday, this match is going to start from Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa, and also Luton versus Liverpool. I'm going to hand this over to Erik for these two games on Sunday, Nottingham Forest, before we come back to the big game of the weekend. That's Newcastle versus Arsenal. And can you talk to me, Erik, on these two games, Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa, and also Luton welcoming that club on the other side?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the club on the other side will be going to Luton. But before that, Aston Villa will be going to Nottingham Forest. And I think it's actually a tough game. Nottingham Forest, they've not had the best of results recently. And of course, the manager knows that he doesn't want to have that same noise he had towards the end of last season. So I think they should actually fight to get something out of this game. Aston Villa are in very good form. And I think since Emery came in, I saw a statistics that he's in the top 4, since he came in, with the number of wins he has had with Aston Villa. So what a turnaround they've had. They are playing very well. Their fullbacks are high and up there, always providing crosses and assists for Watkins. And the midfield is very strong as well. So, you would want to give Aston Villa favourites to win this one, but Nottingham Forest is at home, and you don't want to write them off in their own stadium. Their stadium can be very hostile as well for visitors. So I think Nottingham Forest should be able to get a point, at least a point for this game. So I'm going for a 1-1 draw.
Oh, 1-1? Wow.
1-1, yes.
Okay. How about Luton
Town?
Yeah.
I think they've only had one win so far. And
I guess
they've
so.
really not been up to Premier League standard, in my opinion, if you ask me, because they concede lots of goals, loads and loads of goals. And if you're a team conceding loads of goals, one team you don't want to meet is Liverpool, that is also scoring lots of goals. So people have touted Luton to, some even touted them to get relegated by Christmas, which I think is ridiculous. But they could be the worst team, possibly the worst team to grace the Premier League since Derby County that, were so bad. I think they barely also got a win, so they got relegated. So Luton Town, I think they are at home. Definitely, they will have the crowd and the fans behind them. But with Liverpool's firepower, I don't see any way Liverpool will not be able to get 3 points from this game. I think a draw with the rich vein of form Liverpool have, and all the firepower we have, I don't see how we don't win this game. Probably even by a large margin. Yeah. I'm talking about Luis Diaz. He's one that we have missed so much. And Klopp said today that it's up to him to decide if he wants to play or not. I don't think he will be in his right frame of mind to play.
Yeah.
Which is not very good for the team. But the good news is we have able deputies in Nunes who can play on that wing, and also Diogo Jota can also play in that position. But we want all our players. We have the Europa League and Cali Cup as well. So hopefully this situation is resolved. Right now from Colombia, we are hearing that it's a rebel gang that has kidnapped the star, and it seems they are taking him across the border to, I think, Ecuador or Venezuela. I'm not sure, but the search still continues. Luis Diaz is still looking for his dad, which is a very unfortunate situation. Yeah. But hopefully this gets resolved soon so that he can be reintegrated back into the side.
Yes.
For us to be up and running.
Yes. Thank you so much on that, Irate. Let's move on to this game, Newcastle versus Arsenal. But before I call on an Arsenal fan, I'm going to tell you something. Let me speak with Bishop first. You remember Arsenal lost over the weekend. Ope Adebari is on the stage, is joining us on this one. He's an Arsenal fan. He's scared. He called me last night that he's very, very scared going to this weekend that they could lose. Ope, you are live. Can you hear me loud and clear? You call me. You call me.
My lawyers will be in touch.
I'm just playing now. Calm down now. All right, Prof is also joining us. Prof, Poch will be going to Spurs. How's the atmosphere there, Prof? Do you think anything can happen? You remember Spurs are the league leader.
Yeah, the league leaders, they have to be respected. So it's a very dangerous game for Chelsea. Spurs are the favorites. They are the team in form. They are top of the league for a reason. So it's not looking good. I think it's going to be a very difficult derby. The Pochettino derby is going to be a very serious clash on Monday Night Football.
I'm telling you. All right, you're welcome to the show. I did you guys on the backstage. It is what it is. I'm sorry about that. All right, moving on to this game, Newcastle versus Arsenal. I'm going to ask a neutral person, Bishop. Arsenal lost during the week. They lost 3-1 to West Ham. And all Arsenal fans say it's looking gloomy this weekend. What's your own position into this game? Can Arsenal get their rhythm back in this game?
Okay, so the first discussion we had was about Ten Hag. And from the first match of the season for Arsenal, I said they should have sacked Arteta this season. Yeah. Simple because of 3 reasons. 3 reasons alone. Number one, the team is worse than last season. The team of last season is worse than last season, and they lost just one player. Just one player they lost, and it was than last season. Number 2, the advert purchase, they should investigate that purchase. Yeah. I don't know who instigated that purchase, but something is wrong. They should investigate that thing. You buying advert, even Chelsea fans were shocked when they saw the bid. How can you buy adverts? How? Where from? From where? So that alone. Then number 3 is they call it like he has this rigidity in his decision. The guy that scored against them against West Ham, Kudus, that guy was offering himself to Arsenal. Yeah. That guy would have been a perfect backup to Saka. That is a perfect backup. He will just slot in immediately and he will perform. But no, he wants to play Nelson and Nketiah and Nelson. The way he handled Balogun issue was not acceptable. There is a way you would have talked to that guy, and that guy would have still gone on loan, and you still retain that guy. Like, you will have hope. You just have to make just one change. Xhaka left, and the team just became worse. Yeah, you can say Partey is injured, but that's the issue for another. Can they bounce back at Newcastle? Unfortunately, they are facing a side that, if there's any side that don't want Man U to face at home, is Newcastle. That we even played them at Old Trafford, that they even beat them. It was at Old Trafford. I even had small hope. If it was at St. James Park, I would rule out that match. Those guys, did you see the way they played PSG at home? They played like they were possessed with another spirit. That's how those guys play at home. I'm scared. They have one of the best defense in the league. They have one of the best defense in the league. You don't have Jesus available. You are playing Nketiah, which I feel Nketiah is a championship striker. I don't know why anybody can argue that. He's a championship striker. He's not a Premier League striker. You are going into that match with Saka.
I would like to talk. I would like to respond to this.
No, be a praise. Hold on. I will let you. Hold on.
Saka is not 100% fit.
Yeah. I didn't mind if I can go first because
Wahala.
Can I just finish my point, please?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Saka is not 100% fit. Rice is the only shining light in that team right now. Rice, Saliba, Raya, the keeper, Zicheko, they are hot on Zicheko, so I'm not even expecting him to start. Everybody's saying something about Zicheko. I don't know why, but they are turning on him. That's position that Xhaka left. Nobody can play that position in that team. Perfect. He has tried Advert, he has tried Vieira, he has tried Smith, he has tried. Nobody's playing that team. The only bright light they have now is Rice. And to me, Martinelli. I believe Martinelli is a very good person that can take this team now. But that striking role, the Ketia, I'm sorry. So I'm seeing this match. If Newcastle turn up the way they turn up against PSG, it's going to be a loss to Arsenal. If they play badly, it's going to end in a draw.
I'm telling you. All right. I'm going to ask. Maybe a praise. Where's the line? No, hold on. It is.
Thank you.
Maybe a praise. Where's the line? Tell me. Where's the line here?
That plenty to start with. We are not Manchester United, so don't use to demolish Manchester United to imagine how they would treat Arsenal. Arsenal is a different kettle of fish, and to say Arsenal is worse than they were last season, that's another fat lie. Last season we played City 3 times and we lost all 3 times. This season we have played City twice and we have won twice. So if that is not progress, tell me what progress is. This time last season, Arsenal had already lost a match. We are still unbeaten as of today. So if that is not progress, tell me what progress is. If you compare the goals we've conceded last season to the goals we've shipped in this season in the Premier League, we have conceded far less this season. The only thing is we have scored more goals at this point last season than we have this season. So when you look at those things, you cannot tell me Arsenal have retrogressed. Yes, I know there has been a little bit of adjustment. So they are still trying to settle in. Havertz is a curious case. I still don't understand why, Arteta brought him on board, but he understands. No matter how good you are as a manager, you will make one or two mistakes with your signings. Even Pep makes mistakes with signings. Even Wenger made mistakes with signings. He signed Francis Jeff as record transfer at some point. It was a huge flop. So it happens. So my point is, let's not put Havertz there. That's not the issue. When you are talking about who is going to score for Arsenal, the Nketiah you said is not a championship striker. Yeah. He has scored far more goals than Højlund. Højlund has not even scored 1 goal. The total number.
Is it better than Højlund? Is it better than Højlund? It's better than Man U striker.
Yes, far better.
It's better than Man U striker.
Far better. Far better. How many goals has Højlund scored in the Premier League? How many goals has he scored? McTominay is Manchester United's top goal scorer this season. He's a midfielder. So how many goals has Rashford scored? You are talking about...
Okay, going back to this game.
Nketiah is better than Rashford.
Hold on, guys. Let's go back to this game. Nubian Prince. I don't want you to shift the goal post right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this game.
Yeah.
Do you have confidence? Because we have so many topics we want to discuss.
I have huge confidence in the fact that Arsenal will actually beat Newcastle.
All right, let me call on Okwe. Okwe, I want to ask you.
You can put your rent on it. Arsenal will beat Newcastle.
All right, Okwe, on one thing, the confidence over the week. Just on Wednesday when your team played, they lost to West Ham. Now going to this game, is the confidence still there? Okwe.
3 weeks ago, Arsenal lost midweek in the Champions League against Lens, and then come the weekend, they face Manchester City.
This your voice. This your voice. Look like somebody that is,
Sorry, I've been battling a flu.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so definitely they can respond properly. If there's one thing that Arteta's men know how to do is to respond in the right manner. But victory tomorrow will all depend on the way Arteta decides to set up his team. To be honest, going into big games like this, personally, I'm always nervous, but so far this season, Arteta has always made the right decisions when it comes to big games. So I don't expect tomorrow to be any different. Bishop was giving a lot of praise to Newcastle, which is deserved, but they also have key players who are missing. So at the end of the day, this is still the Premier League and anything is possible. But most importantly, Arsenal have been in good form in the Premier League, and I'm sure they will not want to slip up against Newcastle.
No injury in Arsenal camp?
Oh yeah, of course we have injuries. Gabriel Jesus is out till December. Thomas Partey, there's no time frame to which he's going to get back.
All right.
So those are just the key injuries to Arsenal.
All right. Let me ask Kunle about this game. Newcastle, Arsenal.
Seems gone has forgotten about me.
No. Wait, there's one aspect I want to bring.
Okay. I can see how people have been dwelling on that Arsenal West Ham game, but you see the way I see that game, I look at it that it wasn't a game that Arsenal really put. Maybe their attention wasn't on it, because I think it is clear that they are trying to be better in the Premier League and also maybe at least go far in the Champions League. Now that doesn't mean that the players who started shouldn't do well and all, but I just think those players I just feel they weren't there right. Now they are coming up against Newcastle. It's going to be a different ball game. You won't see what you were seeing in midweek. This time around, I expect to see a very physical Arsenal side, because I can remember last season, this game, you could think somebody was going to almost get the red card because tackles were just tackles and, challenges were just flying left, right, and center, and they are going to St. James's Park, one of the most unfavorable places. So Arsenal are not going to come there and say, "Oh, we want to attack," and all of that, because Newcastle. So it's going to be a very, it's going to be a very tactical game. I see both managers will be conservative, try to keep things tight and not, rush into, just going out to attack and all of that. I will see them. They are going to apply caution, and also I think we are going to see we are going to be a very, very tight game, a very fierce battle. That's what we're going to be seeing.
All right. Before I see colored Ace for his own preview on this game, Erik, I'm sure you're going to have something to say about this game on a neutral level. First of all, I'm calling on all the fans that are not Arsenal fans. So, Erik, going into this game, what's your own preview? What's your own expectation going to this game?
Quickly, I think we've almost said everything. St. James Park is not a place you are going to and beat your chest and say you're getting 3 points. Not less a team that lost against West Ham. You might say whatever you want to say about the game. They are not concentrating on it. I wonder what they are concentrating on. So they need to focus on the ones they can win. But the truth is, St. James's Park is not a place where no matter who you are in the world, it's a very hostile atmosphere for visitors. So it's a place where even though they have injuries, the players will be pumped up, the fans will be ready. This is a team high on confidence. They have a captain in Trippier, who for me in the Premier League. So their defense is solid. They have midfielders who can put in the tackles, who can move the ball around. And even though they don't have Isak, Wilson can always put the ball in the back of the net. So for me, as far as this game is concerned, Newcastle are the favorites.
All right. Now, Ace, over to you on this game. Prof.
One outsider, one more neutral.
All right, one more neutral. Talk to me, Prof.
Quickly. Like I said, everything else. But I want to quickly point on, a little bit focus on Arsenal. Look, apart from the game against PSV and Sheffield, who we all agree will be relegated, for me, they've not been scintillating enough. And I hope the Arsenal fans will see through it. They've not played the best for football. They've been scrambling wins, which could be a good thing, to be honest, because when you win points when you're struggling, when you're not playing well, is a good thing. But then sometimes the results sometimes will catch up with the performance, with the way you're playing on the pitch. Either one has to catch up with one, at the end of the day. So, and they have to improve. The team they put out against West Ham was good enough. You check out the price, the amount they bought these players. Ben White for 50 million, Ramsdale for 30 million, Havertz for 70 million. They were huge players on that football pitch that should go out there and win the football match. But they didn't. They lost woefully. So they have. I feel like now what it's saying is Arsenal, apart from their first 11, they don't have no one to call from the bench, and that's a very, very worrisome situation. Knowing that they are in 3 competitions and they want to win something. So for me, this is a very huge game against Newcastle. I do not see Arsenal getting 3 points.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let me switch you. People have been saying this game because they are looking at the West Ham game that your team did perform very well. Do you have confidence going to this game? I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
But
before I answer your question, let me just digress a little. And I'm going to, I think, the recency bias. I'm going to talk about what Bishop just said. He said a lot of things, and he really put Arsenal on the spike. Like I always say, Arsenal, we get the pylon. It's normal. But we should understand, looking at the game against West Ham, whenever a manager makes a wholesome changes, definitely the team can never be the same. Look at that team. There were a whole lot of changes made in terms of tactics, in terms of formation. First time we would see Kivior and Gabriel play together as a centre-back. And first time we'll see Kivior play alongside Zinchenko. So definitely when you have such mix-up or when you have such line-up starting, the fluidity will never be there. And I'm surprised everybody is going gung-ho on Arsenal losing against West Ham. When Man City lost against Newcastle in the initial round, despite all the money put into the squad, despite who we tagged them to be, we didn't hear all this. But I can understand when you say Arsenal going into Newcastle.
I lost is there.
I'm here. Sorry. Newcastle.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Newcastle, they in a scintillating form, going to Old Trafford, where Bishop is a faithful fan, gotten trashed, and I could understand. Possibly a hangover from that game is what is making him to analyze the Newcastle Arsenal. I can understand. When a team comes to your backyard and beats you that way, any other team that team would want to go and beat you, definitely back them up to go and beat them. So I can understand that. I understand that angle where it's coming from. So, but looking at it, Arsenal has been very, very, in terms of head-to-head against Newcastle, Arsenal has really, really tried. In terms of when you look at head-to-head, it's been, in the last 22 matches, Arsenal have won 19. And we saw what happened last season, despite that period where Arsenal went down in the deep. We went there. Newcastle had turned that St. James Park to a fortress, if we want to admit. And we went there, did the job, and got 2-0 victory. Even Newcastle, like Papa said, they have injury issues. Tonali is suspended due to what everybody knows what he did. So it's not as if Newcastle too don't have issues. They have issues. But I trust Arsenal. These are the kind of games when you get a tap in, when you get a tap on the board, losing a game prior, definitely they'll go all gun blazing into the next game. And addressing what Prof said, yes, Arsenal has not been scintillating. And also Bishop mentioned Arsenal have been worse in terms of last season. But I know the eye test don't say that. But when you look at the stats, come on. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that the position where Arsenal is far better as compared to where they were in terms of last season. And Arteta sacked. How? How should you sack Arteta? How would you want to sack Arteta? The management understands that this is a process. They put a whole lot of trust in him, and they are ready to go with him all the way. So that decision is left for them if they are to sack Arteta. But looking at the eye test, why would you want to sack a manager that is doing well, contested for the league, despite bottling, as everybody said, but beginning of this season has been scintillating. As Nigopri said, we've not lost any game, which I feel it's not going to go that far. Definitely we'll still take the L very soon, but I hope it's not this Newcastle game we'll take the L. I want the guys to come back strong. I know we have what it takes in terms of tactics-wise to defeat Newcastle. And I feel the guys will do the job tomorrow, and I hope we get the 3 points.
3 points there for Arsenal. That's what he is saying.
sorry, Didon, sorry. I just wanted to chip in something. I'm sorry. What a lot of people are not considering is the fact that come midweek there is Champions League. Eddie Howe needs to win that return leg against Dortmund. He cannot afford. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he cannot afford not to win it. Not to win that game means that the chances of Newcastle making it, even into Europa League, will be very slim because their next game is against PSG. So I think he will also have that dilemma. He will need to do some chopping and changing because injuries too are not smiling. I won't be surprised if he does not start Gordon. I won't be surprised if he decides to give a rest to Trippier at some point. So overall, I think there are things that we need to consider even beyond the tactics. Because those players will have to be rested. That's the honest truth.
All right. Let's quickly do the combined 11 before we wrap up this show for this game. Newcastle versus Arsenal. In goal, which goalkeeper between Pope and is it David Raya going to play tomorrow or Ramsdale? Okay.
Definitely David Raya. David Raya is the first choice. So it should be David Raya.
So in goal, head to head, combine. Which
David Raya? I'm picking Pope over Raya.
So is anyone picking Raya over Pope? Let them give us
I don't know how somebody will pick Raya over Pope. What is all this ulabalu?
It's my opinion. Your opinion can be.
What is all this about the town hall?
So let's get past.
It's like sometimes you forget recent stats and recent form. Nick Pope has not been fantastic recently. The reason why he got dropped from the England squad. He got dropped from the England squad for Sam Johnston, who plays for Crystal Palace. Let's pay attention to details. It's not all about.
How can we keep Raya?
I know. I get. See, Okwe, I think I get you, Okwe, but I think Nick Pope is still stable, regardless.
Exactly.
You know, it's
Raya
not like.
So
no, it's Nick Pope, but we are saying a combined.
I think Nick Pope is
still season. David Raya has been the better goalkeeper. It's that simple.
For me, I don't want to sound as if I don't want to sound as if I'm biased, but
I think Pope still remains stable regardless.
Eye test. When you look at the eye test, you think Pope is the better goalkeeper, making all the saves. But in terms of technicality, in terms of stats, Arsenal is considered lesser than Newcastle, if you look at it, in all competitions, even if you put all the competitions together. So, if we're saying head-to-head, are we looking at based on their history in terms of how they have started their career, or we're looking at this season? I think we should put that into proper context.
All right, so which goalkeeper are we going for without wasting much of our time?
David Raya.
No. I'm going to head count.
Yeah, I'm going for Pope, shall.
Pope. Kunle said Pope. Say Raya. Prof, which one?
Pope. Nick Pope.
Pope. Okay. You said Raya. Am I right? Robbie. Okay.
I'll go with
Pope. Irate.
I think it is visible to the blind that this is Pope. I don't know why we are debating this.
All right, Pope.
Well, the place I'm waiting for you guys that are choosing Pope. I'm waiting in that midfield.
Okay. Now let's move on to the left side. We have Zinchenko. I believe he's going to play tomorrow.
I don't think so.
Tomiyasu will be starting.
Tomiyasu
will be starting.
I think Tomiyasu will start.
So who are we putting on the left? Is it Bond? Bond.
Tomiyasu.
Me, I'm putting down. Yeah.
So which one are we putting? Irate, do the justice. Bond or Tomiyasu?
Bond or Tomiyasu. I think it should be Bond.
It should be Bond.
You are funny.
Sorry, what's going on? What's going on?
No.
Saliba said you think it's
What?
And Sha.
I think Saliba will play the 5 position. I feel Gabriel over Shah any day, anytime.
I think.
No, this is what are we doing here? No, what are we doing? Newcastle defenders. Okay, una phone you.
Done. Where you have highlighted now.
Asa don't agree. Oh yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Saliba should be here. Okay. Saliba should be here. And somebody said
Gabriel for me.
To me, I feel
I think Shah should be there. Really, I mean, because we need to understand that these guys have been very stable this season. It's not any all the Dan Burns, the Fabian Shah, they've been very stable.
Has Saliba and Gabriel not been stable?
I am not saying that they haven't, that Saliba hasn't been, or Gabriel hasn't been stable as well. But I just think that though for Newcastle's defense is actually more solid.
Bro, because of their wing defenders.
Newcastle
has lost 3 games.
That defense are very compact. That defense is very compact.
Who don't concede less? Newcastle or Arsenal?
Arsenal don't agree.
Yeah, I know. Yes,
honestly, if you ask me,
Sharon
Gabriel, I mean, from what I've seen this season, yes, Arsenal as a whole team, yes, we can say has defended better than Newcastle, but I don't think Gabriel individually is better than Fabian Stella, honestly.
Really?
Because I feel like he's a weak link. I think he's a weak link.
You don't think Gabriel Magalhaes is better than Fabian Stella? You can say that.
I actually think Gabriel is a weak link in that back line.
How nah?
Honestly,
how has it been?
I think he's the weakest link.
How has it been the weak link?
Gabriel has an error in him. I mean, this is not my first time watching him.
He always has an error. That's what I'm saying, that we need to put context into what we're doing here. If you're saying this season, or if you're saying past season, you could say, yes, he is prone to errors. But looking at Gabriel this season, Gabriel that missed 2 games, 2 first games, the 2 games last time first played, and the whole fans were calling back for him to come back into the team. And ever since he came back into the team, Arsenal has been stable defensive-wise. That's what I'm saying. If we're looking at this season, I don't know how
why I'm going against Gabriel is look at him against West Ham. Did he not play against West Ham?
That is it. You know, you people that said they didn't take the match serious.
Right.
That's his kind of
said they didn't take the match serious. I never said they didn't
Somebody
take the match
serious. Somebody said they didn't take the match serious.
Saliba can hold his own. Gabriel can't. Without Saliba,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Look at the match against West Ham. He was paired against Kivio. He has never ever.
And then it was rubbish against West Ham. So, but then Saliba,
no, you can't say he was rubbish. No. I just
all right. I'm going to go for Gabi. I'm going to go for Gabi, but I'm a little bit. I don't know.
No, that's fine. Let's go for.
You can go for Fabian Shah.
Let them put Ben White there. Ben White.
No, Trippier.
Ben.
Okay.
Trippier.
They said Ben White was best.
I knew that was what I was waiting. That was what I was waiting for you guys here. That's what I was waiting for you guys.
Are you serious? What are you?
That's what I'm saying. No. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. Putting things into proper context here. If we're saying this season, first 10 games played, you can't say Trippier over White. You can't say that.
How now?
You cannot. Yes, how? You can't say that. No.
I don't give you
Iris, show me where Trippier has been better than White this season.
All right.
You can go to
Iris.
Okay, so we need to get the stats. Come on. Is that what you're saying? We should get the stats in terms of defensive ability.
The context where I'm talking from.
Yeah.
This season, 2023/2024 season, first 10 games played. You can't pick Trippier over White. I'm sorry.
Why?
Well, honestly, I don't think there has been a right back. I don't think there's any right back in the league better than Trippier this season. For me, so far, this first 10 games.
All right, moving on to
I'll pick Walker over Trippier. Come on now. What are you saying? Trippier best in the entire season, in the entire league.
Trippier has 6 assists.
You see, thank you for saying that. You people are alluding assist to Trippier, which is making him the best right back. Is that the primary function of a right back? Is a right back
can you dribble
because of assist?
Why was Alexander one of the best defenders?
Providing assists. Have we forgotten what the basics of footballer? Have we forgotten what the basics of a right back is?
Why was Trent Alexander-Arnold one of the best defenders right back in the league?
Remember
Trent Alexander-Arnold has never been one of the best defenders in the league. He's been one of the best players, not the best defender. Because of
he was one of the best right back. Because when they won the title, he was the best right back. Yes, offensive part, not defensive. Let's be honest. Every team will pick Trent Alexander-Arnold because of what he has to offer going forward, not because of exactly. And
let's get it right. Like you're alluding assist to a defender and making him the best. Have you forgotten what this is about?
Trippier is a balance of both. Trippier offers both offensive,
but we are saying based
he has a very fine balance of
games played and stats. And look at it now. Goals conceded. What are we talking about?
So let's leave Trippier. Let's come to the midfield. I'm sure one person will be there, and that is Rice. No, Arsenal. They know they. God. Oh my goodness.
Declan Rice. Sure, you want to put Bruno Guimaraes there?
Yes, right, Bruno Guimaraes, 100%.
Bruno Guimaraes, I don't now what for you?
I'm going to go for Bruno. Yeah.
I didn't actually. My thought was both Rice and Bruno Guimaraes. Actually, the two of them. That's what I have in my mind. The two of them.
All right, moving on to the left here. I think we're going to play 4-4-2. So on the left, Joelinton or Havertz? Bishop.
Havertz will no play.
This is where Okwe will not talk. This is where Okwe will not talk. This is
I think we can
combine 11. Obviously, Kai Havertz is not there. Simple.
Combined bench, Havertz is not there.
Even combined bench.
Oh my goodness.
Funny, very funny.
It a very laugh. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. So, I'm going to put Gordon. That guy is flying.
Gordon, okay. I'll go for Martinelli.
Oh wow, that's true. That's debatable.
But no, Martinelli hasn't.
Injury, I think injury too.
Yes.
No.
So
he only
Martinelli
missed a couple of games. No.
Yeah, but Martinelli has not really held it.
Exactly. Kunle, can you see where you're going? This season.
Yeah.
This season.
So
if you're saying Gordon, that's what I'm saying. But when we were talking about Trippier, you were saying Trippier over White this season.
Yes, Trippier has held it over. Yes, no. That's what Trippier has held it over.
On what grounds? On what grounds?
Kule, no let boys come for you. No let boys come for you.
Oh yeah, no vex. That one.
Arsenal no dey agree. Arsenal no dey agree for them.
I think Trippier. That's how I see it. From one moment, Trippier has held it over.
Don't get it twisted. It's not as if Arsenal no dey agree. That was what I stated before we started. What context are we using? Because I knew when we get to that midfield and when we get to that forward line, there will be issues. Because one yardstick you're using for Trippier and White, you are not using it for Martinelli. I mean, the yardstick you're using for Martinelli and Gordon, you are not using it for Trippier and White. So let's get things balanced here.
I think it's even an insult to even want to put Gordon ahead of Martinelli.
No vex. No vex.
Beg you. They said no vex. So on the right flank, I think the world best Saka. No, let's waste time there. Now the striking. Is it? Do we do 4-3-1 or something? Like this?
Odegaard has not been. Odegaard behind the.
Odegaard out now.
If I talk something else,
no Odegaard. Who do you want to put there?
If I talk now, you don't go agree. Okay, if I talk,
who do you want to put there? If not Odegaard, speak now.
Joelinton.
You want to put Taufik Malomo of Shooting Stars?
All right, the striker will be who? Between Nketiah and...
Who is Nketiah again?
No, how will tell us now?
Didon, I have a different view to Saka.
Which one is that?
Like, let us hear what
Jacob Murphy.
Murphy.
All right, please, Arsenal guys, please let's look at this. Between Saka and this guy that plays this side. Almiron
is another player. No, Almiron has already played that much this season.
That guy is better than Saka for me.
Didon, you are looking for trouble.
I know they will. So the striker will be who? Bishop. Lastly,
because Isak is not playing. Isak is not playing, so Wilson will actually start. So Wilson.
So you take Wilson ahead of
Nketiah.
Nketiah is not a striker, please. Nketiah is not a striker.
Even he is cannot talk. Even he is cannot say anything. That's
what I'm saying. No, Bishop made the right call there. If Isak was to be available, Isak fills in there nicely. And if Gabriel Jesus too was to be available, it would have been between Gabriel Jesus and Isak.
Yes.
But
yes,
now,
I will have played 4-4-2. Yeah.
If we're now looking at between Nketiah and Wilson, and I don't want to sound biased here, using the yardstick of Martinelli, Gordon, let's look at the face value. Nketiah has scored more goals than Wilson this season, and Wilson, mind you, does not. They are in the same category. Wilson don't start if Isak is available.
That's true.
So looking at the benchers, because now they're in the category of the benchers. So who has brought in more quality?
So which one? So what do we do now?
For me, it's Nketiah. Really,
remove penalty of these goals and see how many goals in the score.
Arsenal, they like what are we going to?
But you know what?
Don't put Nketiah there. More go sleep. I beg.
Who
has Nketiah in the FPL here?
No, put Wilson there.
Nobody.
Wait, Nubian Prince. So remove Sheffield United. How many goals does Nketiah have?
He has scored 5 goals this season.
That's minus 3.
I said remove Sheffield United.
He doesn't score 5 goals.
5 minus 3 is 2 now.
All together.
I said let's remove Sheffield United. How many goals?
Sheffield United.
No, we have to. Sheffield United are not a standard team. They are not standard.
Striker.
Now.
Let me hear from my.
Which kind of argument with that one? They are not a standard team. Are they not playing the EPL? You don't start to.
You don't start to. You know, you are the one that came here that said everybody should support every Sheffield United.
I have a question for Tottenham fans. I'm sorry. How many goals does Martinelli have in the Premier League? Martinelli has just 1 goal in Premier League, and Gordon has 3 Premier League goals. So why is Martinelli ahead of him?
Has Martinelli played?
So
that
means
why on earth is Martinelli on this combined 11 for Christ's sake? What has he done this season? What has Martinelli done this season for Christ's sake?
So Trippier shouldn't be there. That's what I'm saying. Trippier shouldn't be there. Trippier shouldn't be there.
1 goal.
Trippier shouldn't be there.
Trippier has
if we're putting Gordon there.
You know what?
So that's what I'm saying.
To avoid long conversations, I think we should get it right at what is the yardstick of this combined.
Exactly.
Either it is by form or it is by who is the better player. Let's get it straight. Are we going based on
right back?
You have to. Are we going
after can define?
No. Let's be honest. Let's get it straight because people are talking from 2 sides of their mouths.
Even White being a right fullback has scored a goal.
But to be candid,
No, Don. If we're saying Trippier, if we want to use this yardstick, we're using for Gordon over Martinelli. Trippier shouldn't be here. He shouldn't look at the stats. Put them. That's what I'm saying. Put them side by side. White has scored goals. Number of clean sheets. White has it more than Trippier. Oh yeah, put it now.
But clean sheet is a team effort now.
Contributed significantly to the amount of goals that Newcastle has scored now.
No doubt. I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. But looking at the table,
let's leave this Trippier. Let's leave this Trippier. Let's leave it alone. I mean,
then you can't remove Martinelli. Martinelli will be there. Martinelli over Gordon. If we're using that,
I think normally you would pick Martinelli over Gordon. I don't think
Today, the done. Next time, make sure say they wear shin guard and helmet come program because boys go.
I'm telling you now. I don't want to.
I knew there was going to be problem in that front line. I knew it. Dragging that Trippier white. I knew it.
But Gordon tried this season. I just love the guy.
No, it is
put Martinelli there now. Why they fear? Put Martinelli there now.
It's so funny. It's so funny. You people are saying you want to say Gordon's over Martinelli. Prof, would you accept Anthony Gordon's at Chelsea? Will you accept Anthony Gordon's at Man United?
What are you saying?
Right now, I'm going to take Gordon at Man United.
Look at the state your team is in that you would accept Anthony Gordon's.
Yes, I will take Gordon in Man U ahead of Anthony.
Right now.
It's a sorry state that your teams are in that you would accept Anthony Gordon's over Martinelli.
I will accept.
Who is Martinelli? What has he won?
All right, the striker goes to Nketiah.
Wilson.
Wilson, Bawo. Nketiah and Joe.
Martinelli is not better than the Chelsea wingers.
I'm going for this guy.
Sorry?
Nketiah. What best?
let the neutral fans decide.
Let the neutral fans. All right. Let's
leave it as it is. Leave it as it is.
Like
is Nketiah.
One bencher has more when you're talking about pedigree than the other one.
Yes.
But right now, I would say Nketiah is in better form because he scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United.
Right. Wilson scored 2 goals in his last match. Which one is?
That's another one.
Wilson scored 2 goals in his last match.
He scored 2 goals now.
Yeah,
Wilson had more goals
than how many goals does he have overall now? He scored 2 goals. Somebody that scored 3 to person who scored 2 now.
Wilson has scored 7.
Wilson has scored 7 goals this season.
Wilson gets
in all competitions or in the Premier League?
In Premiership.
In the Premier League.
Yeah.
So if it's that, then one bencher is better than the other one.
Yes,
let's go for Wilson.
How many penalties? How many penalties?
No,
leave that gist, Joe. Is penalty not part of the game? I beg, don't bring that gist.
Penalty not doing good here. What? Yeah.
And moreover, Wilson has even appeared lesser. Wilson has appeared.
Yes. I don't know why. For me,
Callum change it. It's Wilson. It's Wilson. Please change it.
Because Wilson. And it's actually funny because I know Arsenal fans have actually even complained about Nketiah. That Nketiah is not.
We all know Nketiah is not up to. Honestly, he's not up to Arsenal.
No, I know Arsenal fans have said this, but Callum Wilson, you can clearly see that when Isak is not there, even if Isak is there, they will take Isak off, bring in Callum Wilson. He's scoring a goal. But you can't say that about Nketiah. The person who gets the goals for Arsenal off the bench that I think I have seen is Trossard.
I beg to differ. Looking at last season, when Gabriel Jesus was out after the World Cup, Nketiah deputized.
But this season, and wait, I'm not saying taking anything against Nketiah. I'm not disputing it. I'm not taking anything against it. I'm just saying that Arsenal fans have actually complained about Nketiah this season. A lot of them. I have too many of them. Workplace, neighborhood. They've complained about him. Even when I go to watch, when I see matches, even in conversation.
I've said it several times that if we want to compete for the Premiership this season, we should go and get a better striker in January because Nketiah will not push us when we get to that crunch time.
All right, let's start the team of Arsenal getting a new striker. Who is the striker available? Tony is not available. So who is the striker?
How do you know
Tony will be available?
He's banned till January and it's going to take like 1 month before he can get his form back. So what is the striker?
He's the ban till January. He's training. I started training with Brentford.
Yes, but he can't play till January. He can start training after 4 months. He won't be back.
If you sign in January 20 or January 31st before deadline day or February 1st, he still joins the team either which way.
So we have Asaf, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's okay like this. So guys, it's how far we can go tonight. I'm telling you.
We did talk about Chelsea. You let them
Chelsea. We
have. There's nothing much to say about Chelsea. Even Chelsea
this is insult. Chelsea. Sorry.
No verse.
No, they already know where they are. There's really nothing much to say about Chelsea.
Should a Manchester United fan be trolling Chelsea at this time?
I think they are very
okay. Let me show you where the league.
You know the reason why. You know the reason why they don't know.
It is one league now.
8 and 11.
Man is still in a more precarious situation. We all know. There's something wrong in that dressing room. So that needs to be fixed. For Chelsea,
right,
like I've already said,
bro. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, for Chelsea, team news. Mikhail Modric is back in training. Missed the last game.
Wow, what a player!
I felt like we missed him. Yes, what a player! What a wonderful goal against the Raya. So he's back in
Iris, stop it. Iris, please stop it now. Stop it.
Let me do my preview in peace now. So Modric is back. James did.
James, my guy.
Let me talk. James played a good number of minutes. He had a good number of minutes under his belt against Blackburn. So we expect him to come into this game to start the game against Spurs. So, like I said, Modric is back. With the likes of Palmer and Cole, they are all ready to go. Caicedo will be back as well. He starts the game against Blackburn out as well. So it is going to, for me, it's going to be a very difficult game. Spurs are on top form. They are playing very beautiful football. So, with the talisman, Son, very dangerous. I think it's going to put Thiago Silva and whoever plays beside him, Cole, it's going to really stress them on Monday night. So for me, I'm going for a draw. I don't see Chelsea winning the game, but I think they will make it very difficult for Spurs. And because of the derby that it is, the Pochettino factor, I think going back there is going to be the boys. It will make sure the boys are fired up for the occasion, and I think they'll rise up to it, and they should be able to get at least a point from that game.
But Prof, before you go, do you still have belief in this? Your coach, Poch?
I have 100% believe in him. I think I can see what he's trying to do. Like that's why it's a different situation from Man United. Man United, we cannot even see what.
Tell us what he's trying to do.
On the pitch, we can see the patterns of play. You know why I said look, if you look at the stats again, we have to go back to stats. Chelsea are creating on XG. I think we're top 3 or top 4 in terms of XG. That is expected goals to be scored. So we create lots of chances. It's just to put the ball in the back of the net. That sometimes lacking.
The eye test don't say that. The eye test.
The eye test does say that because the better teams, especially look, we played against Liverpool, we're the better team. Look, against Liverpool, Chelsea was better team, yes or no? Against Arsenal, Chelsea were the better team, yes or no? So we have actually let me
half. It was half.
Let me fact out all games this season, Chelsea have had better statistics than the opponents. Go and check it and come back and go and fact check it. Chelsea have had better stats than the opponents. So we create lots of chances. We play good football. It's just these players, like I said, it comes with the territory, with the age that they are. They are not putting the likes on the.
So we're saying the same thing because initially you chastised Arsenal, that Arsenal has not been good this season. But if you look at the results generated, Arsenal is doing far more better than Chelsea. Chelsea are creating the XGs. But the eye test, the results is not coming in.
True, you're correct. I said it. I agree with Arsenal. I said Arsenal have not been scintillating, but they're getting the results, which is a good thing. But then it's also not a good thing because sometimes the results can catch up with your performance. If you continue in that lackadaisical performance that I've been seeing, then you have results like the one you had against West Ham and Lens. That's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, the pattern of play on the pitch has to improve. And I'm seeing something consistent on the pitch. The farmer is
all right. So Don, I wanted to say something about that Arsenal then, but I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But thank you, Prof. You reminded me. I think the thing people are saying about Arsenal this season. Last season, Arsenal started on that very fast foot in all games. whereby the first 30 minutes they go blistering the opponents away. And when it got to the crunch time, they couldn't gather themselves together. They couldn't hold it. Maybe we could say it's injury to Saliba. But this season, in my own opinion, what we have seen concerning what Arteta has tried to implement, it's made it difficult for teams to really go at Arsenal. I could take exception of the game against Tottenham and Chelsea. But if you look at the other games, apart from those two games, it has been difficult for the opponents to take one or to nick one in Arsenal the way it happened last season. Maybe people are not seeing things from that angle. The conservative approach is taking into games and winning those games. Now, I don't know. Maybe January could come. It could change the gear, and then Arsenal could, revert to what they did last season. And possibly, maybe at that time, it might be difficult to catch up with Arsenal. That's just my own conspiracy theory.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. I got to go now. I want to say thank you, Prof, for joining us on this one. Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right. Hey, thank you so much for joining us on this one. One love, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Nubia Prince.
Thank you, the Don.
All right. One love. Kunle. Trust me. Manchester United will do something.
I don't know. Short 3 points tomorrow.
All right. Let's go. Okay. Confidence.
It's always a pleasure to be on Nice TV.
Confidence. All right, Bishop. Let's quickly run this before we go. We're going to talk about that's the fixture game 11. Let me quickly the game between Fulham and Manchester United is it draw or win or lose?
Win for Man U.
Win for Man U. Going to Brentford. What do you think? Brentford.
Draw.
You see draw there. What about Burnley versus Crystal Palace?
I think Crystal Palace will win it.
All right, Crystal Palace. What about Everton Brighton?
Draw
in that game. What about Man City versus Bournemouth?
This is a whitewash. Man City.
All right, moving on to Sheffield United Wolves.
Wolves
will win. What about Newcastle? The big game of the weekend.
I think this game is very dicey, but I'm sticking with Newcastle. Newcastle will nick it.
All right, Newcastle will nick it. Moving on to Sunday, Nottingham Forest versus Aston Villa. What do you think?
Wow, Villa, my team for now. They're good. I give it to Villa.
Villa, fantastic. All right, moving on to Luton versus Liverpool. Surely.
Liverpool all the way.
All right, Liverpool. Now the game on Monday night, under the lights. Spurs versus Chelsea.
Okay, so this one, is a derby. So when it comes to derby, forms are out. So you saw what Chelsea played against Arsenal, and the next match they went to lose. So it's not about the team. So Chelsea will be prepared. They will come out. And they've not been playing badly, just like the guy said. It's not that they're playing badly, just...
All right, I think I lost Bishop there. All right, guys, this is how far we can go tonight. Thank you so much for joining on this one. Really enjoyed our time talking about sport. All right, on Sunday, we are going to wrap up our challenge, football jogging challenge. It's going to be on Sunday. We're going to go live to see the winner of this, who's going to win the 200,000 naira. I'm talking about naira. Who's going to win? Will be on Sunday live at 6:30. I think 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Nigerian time. That's West African time, and Eastern time. I think it's going to be on 12 noon. So join us for the live broadcast on the football jogging challenge. We have we scheduled 5 people to win, to contest on that one. So I think so far so good. We are good to go. All right. Thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to the channel. Smash the like on the video. This is how far I can go tonight. One love, people. See you on Sunday and also on Monday. Bye for now.